Hey everyone, just a quick one. I don't normally watch the Oscars. Well, I still didn't. Frankly, it's just Hollywood elites wanking themselves and giving themselves awards, which is fine. But frankly, in the past decade, if not more, it's really gone downhill. But I'm going to tell you what, the most exciting television event, live television event I've ever seen just happened. And I'm sure everyone's seen it. But Will Smith just slapped the shit out of Chris Rock on live TV on the Academy Awards at the Oscars.
Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
And he did this because Chris Rock made a joke about his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, about her short hair, very short hair, very much like G.I. Jane hair, if anyone has seen that. And that was the joke. Chris Rock made a joke saying, can't wait for G.I. Jane 2 to come out, which, again, was just a joke about the short hair that Demi Moore had in G.I. Jane, a buzz cut as you would in the military as a Navy SEAL. And after that joke, Will Smith actually was seen laughing, as most everyone does, at all the jokes at the Oscars.
Lord! Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
And then it cuts back to Chris Rock, and he says, uh-oh, here he comes. And I think he was still thinking, oh, maybe he's going to come up and do something silly. And he continued to smack him hard. Hard. Not a slap where a gentleman from the 19th century pulled his glove off and slapped you and said, I challenge you to a duel. No, it was a slap. If it were a fist, Chris Rock would have gone down. Will Smith ain't a small guy. That was one thing. All right, that was one part. And the shock on Chris Rock's face. And anyone who thinks it was staged, I think you have to look at Chris Rock's reaction. I think if it were staged, there'd be a funny quip comeback. There'd be immediate comeback.
That was.
But he looked stunned. You can tell when someone is startled by a physical act from someone else. He was stunned, and Chris Rock's like, dude, it was just a joke. It was a joke about G.I. Jane. And the thing is, I get it. We're all going through a tough time in mental health, and you could say he was just defending the honor of his wife with a joke that he found inappropriate, and I get all that. But he proceeded to yell at the top of his lungs, keep your wife's name out of your fucking mouth, twice, loud, in a violent manner, not in a joking way at all.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
Not in a satirical way. Again, I get it. We all have a trigger point. And when it comes to family and wives and husbands, and we all have trigger points. But what can I say? You're live on the world stage, and you are representing a lot more. Now, yeah, of course, there's always more to the story. Not excusing violent behavior. Jada Pinkett Smith apparently has alopecia, which is obviously something that affects your hair. It's a condition which causes hair loss, and nobody's saying that's a funny thing. That's a serious thing, and we feel bad for anyone that has to go through that. Whether that was known to Chris Rock or not, I really don't think it was. I don't think he would have made a joke about that if he knew. But the other thing is, you know, I think there's overreaction, and there's a time and a place to discuss that afterwards as a gentleman, and you can still defend the honor of your wife or a family member in a different way without violence. Or frankly, if you wanted to smack him after the show. Not that that would be appropriate, but have that conversation afterwards. The fact is if you can't take a joke at the Oscars, you're in the wrong place. These people wouldn't be able to handle Don Rickles and Bob Hope of yesteryears. Jesus Christ. They go there to get ribbed. You know? That's what they go there for. And the MC makes jokes. The MC's job is to write jokes about everyone there, especially those who are nominated, if not more so. It's almost like a roast. It's just a known thing. If Hollywood wants to have their night of nights and give themselves awards and say how great they are, that's the least they can do. That's the least they can take, is a good ribbing by a comedian. So again, it's not like it's something that's a surprise. You go there and you know everyone gets done. That's what it's there for. Ricky Gervais, he is a classic. Obviously, you know, he went too far, but he used his words, not his hand. Sometimes the truth hurts, and with him, he made jokes that honestly all had an ounce of truth in them, which most humor does. It comes from truth. And he proceeded to make jokes against them, telling them how they're really up themselves, and they need to shorten their political speeches because no one really gives a shit. No one wants to hear their political views from actors and actresses who have no fucking clue what they're talking about. And I agree. But this one was different. This was, peer to peer, colleague to colleague. Chris Rock and Will Smith, they've both been around a long time. So yeah, it's no surprise you go there and jokes are going to be made against you. If that triggered him or to upset him, I just think there's a different way to go about that. And Will Smith later on went up on stage to accept his Academy Award, which was ironic, and apologized to the Academy and all his colleagues, apologized to everybody but Chris Rock. I don't think that was fair either. Again, I'm not saying I know what's going on in the minds of these two. I don't know if they have some rivalry going on. I highly doubt it. I don't think they swim in the same circles that much. If Jada Pinkett Smith has this condition and Will Smith wanted to make light of it, I don't think this was the right way to do that at all. This was not, a manly way to do it. This certainly doesn't help for male toxicity, because God knows we're all just violent pigs. That doesn't help. Use your big boy words. But yeah, there's a lot of other ways to have gone about that he could have still said he protected his family and if he thought that was disrespectful, and he didn't have to go up and bitch slap Chris Rock on live TV hard. So yeah, look, it was interesting. It's gonna be talked about, memed, joked about for a long time, but I'm certainly curious to see what else comes of this and if there's more behind it, because again, if it's just about that she has that condition and the joke he felt was disrespectful, I just think there's another way to go about that than go up and bash your colleague. I thought they all loved each other. And look, I'll say this one thing finally, a bit further. I'm sorry to say, I have respect in the media for really two types. I'm a huge music fan, and I love musical artists, the talent to be able to play an instrument and have a voice. I think that's such an amazing, unique talent. And the other talent that I find just amazing is stand-up comedy, the ability to make people laugh. I love to make people laugh, and I think those who have honed it into an art of stand-up comedy, who've gone through the hard yards and the battles of the early days for the audiences that were just not smart enough to get their jokes, or maybe their material wasn't good enough, and they've been able to make it in that business. to stand up in front of a crowd of strangers and hold them in the palm of your hand and guide them through jokes and find that sweet spot where you really got them and they're laughing and you're getting that emotion from them. That's an amazing thing. That's a talent. Stand-up comics, I think they're very intelligent. You have to be smart to be able to hit that funny bone, which for everyone is very different. And when you get an audience, you know, hundreds or thousands of people who are all laughing and having that reaction, that's amazing. That's magical. So yeah, the artists, musical artists, and stand-up comics. I'm sorry to say, I don't revere actors and actresses that much. I'm sorry. I'm not saying it's not a talent. It's not hard work, but I'm sorry. I don't revere them as much. I still think there's a lot of narcissism and hubris that goes into that inherently with someone who gets into that. But again, what I'm saying is, for Chris Rock, I really do respect him as a stand-up comic, a funny guy and a smart and intelligent guy and a talented guy. I'm not saying Will Smith isn't talented, but I think Will Smith overstepped his bounds, and he thinks he's a little bit more than what he thinks he is. I'm sorry to say. Yeah, he's a musical artist too. I get that. I know. So he is talented across many ways. He is. That's what I just can't figure out. You know, I didn't expect that from him too. I think he is amazingly talented in multiple ways across, you know, multiple talents. But he didn't apologize to Chris Rock, you know? Maybe he will, I'm sure, in days to come. But I think he should have apologized to Chris Rock first and foremost before he apologized to the Academy or live TV. We didn't care. Shit. He probably boosted its ratings for the first time in 20 fucking years in the wrong way, in a negative way. But sure, you got people watching. But no, I don't think it was staged. And yeah, curious to see what comes out of that. Hopefully an apology. I really do hope he apologizes to Chris Rock. Anyway, that's all. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you think it was staged, or if you think it was, you know, a bit overkill, a lot overkill. All right. See ya.